sound. I paint a picture in my head of her meeting someone else. Then try to forget what we were fighting about, 'cause losing her is bad for my health. I fought myself now for too long.
What do we want to call it?
To the point of a living hell. I give you more grief than you deserve. Now I just seem to find myself chasing Dixie down the back road of a little Texas town. She wouldn't slow up for nothing, but I couldn't back down. My heart is restless and my gas gauge is sitting on empty, but I'll still be chasing Dixie. Raindrops falling on my truck. It's getting cold and it's getting wet. The radio's playing the same old sad song. Don't need a reason for regret. She hits 80 and I'm still going. My bright light shining in her face. She taps her brakes just to see if I'll stop, but I'm gonna finish this race, yeah. Chasing Dixie down the back roads of a little Texas town. She wouldn't slow up for nothing, but I couldn't back down. My heart is restless and my gas gauge is sitting on empty, but I'll still be chasing Dixie. The back roads of a little Texas town. She wouldn't slow up on nothing, but I couldn't back down. My heart is restless and my gas gauge is sitting on empty.
What?
But I'll still be chasing Dixie. Still be chasing Dixie. I'll still be chasing Dixie. I'll still be chasing Dixie.
I'll talk about that. Because Chad, you can talk about the floor. We were interested in the menu.
You know what? She didn't even go on.
So talk about that.
They had the board at the front, but if you didn't read it,
No one engaged. No way. Drinks weren't refilled. No one checked if food was right, if it was prepared right. Didn't talk about what desserts were available.
she did come up and say that our plates were still full and say, I guess you don't have room for dessert. And I was like, no.
And what? That was an opportunity for what?
For her to ask us how it was.
Is everything okay?
Do you need to-go boxes?
roasted it. The food wasn't done right. Should have been taken back. JoCo, social worker.
The tea was good.
We can talk about it now.
I like my beer ice cold, whiskey on the side, but not as much as I love you.
Every other place we've ever been.
I got my friends, you got your time.
You know, even though we
There's
didn't have
nothing
them on the
more
show
that
to
I
care for
can't
it,
do.
that waitress, that first waitress embraced us like we were family. She sat down, she explained the menu.
I said some things I don't mean. You know you said a few things too. Trigger on my breath, red in my eyes. I wasn't right for hurting you. I wasn't right for hurting you. She has me lost in her spell. I never knew that loving you would make my life a drop to live in hell.
Who's been really good at
I'm down upon my knees, I'm asking, please, baby, give it one more try.
but those guys are really
Cause I knew that it was over when she told me all she needed was time.
Christian Nacho. So go in reverse order. So you bring
So I sit here,
but
a fool on a
I'll just start
stool. I
off.
wanna break down
We
and
were greeted by
cry.
name at several
She
different
broke my
places.
heart when she told me she needed nothing
Or even if
but
not necessarily by
time.
name, but we're greeted by
She
recognition
needed
that they
nothing
remember
but
us.
time.
So true, it was the first time for us going to those other places that we could have said, hi, how are y'all? We were going just accept.
Lost in her
Or
spell.
go ahead and pick out a table so anyone you like.
I never knew that loving you would make my life a drop and live in hell. I'm down upon my knees, I'm asking.
Hello, check. Were you talking to your mic? Make sure you're turned up.
Mic check.
Cause I knew that it was over when she told me all she needed
I think we
was
start.
time.
Okay, we can start 6, but
Yeah, I knew that it was over when she told me
I'm
all
ready
she
to go.
wanted was time.
What are you looking for?
oh wow, a little loud, but that'll work.
Turn you down.
Just a little bit. Oh, someone broke this.
Someone broke it.
They broke it. That's why we can't have nice stuff.
Do you want me to check in anywhere?
No. But you can tag some of the places that we're going along or
I will attempt to. If you'll let me. Okay, we are live on Facebook and we are live on TuneIn.
Welcome to Where You Want to Eat on JoCo Community Radio. We are brought to you by Family Toyota Burleson and Sharp Window Tinting.
Nice tents.
Yes, we are 7-year-olds. All right, our 7th graders are one of those folks. Yes, we giggle at that stuff. And by the way, shout out Ben Rowe for making us aware of it. Hey, let's talk about great dining experiences. Welcome. Hey, I'm getting my own feedback.
It's my fault. I didn't have the volume down.
It's all right. Let's talk about some great dining experiences. There are different places all over Johnson County that we just have the luckiest time to be able to go out there and dine. You know, Jennifer and I we don't walk into a place and say, we're here to review your restaurant, because that's not an equal playing field. We want to experience it like you experience it, because hey, if we're recommending it, we want you to tell us that we were right. We want you to have that same exact experience. So I'll ask you. You're tuning in right now.
Do you want me to give out the call-in number? Somebody's asking for it.
Absolutely. Feel free to call in.
I'm going to put the number up there, but I don't know how to answer it, so if I accidentally hang up on you, call back, and we'll figure this out.
Well, so I want you to ask some questions. Feel free to chime in where you're listening to us. But number one, what makes a great dining experience? Is it the food? Like, will you go to a great place for great food and mediocre service?
Or will you go somewhere for mediocre food and great service?
You know, I think of a place, and I won't say which place it is. It's a place in Fort Worth. Jennifer and I went there multiple times. The food was good. Now, the dessert was outstanding. But you remember Julia?
Yes. Yes.
Exactly. Okay? Places like Happy Joe. Okay? Now, there is a place where it is a prime example of mediocre food.
Oh, we have a call.
Jennifer's going to try to answer it.
Hello, did I answer the phone correctly? This is JoCo.
Y'all doing all right tonight?
We are making it. How are you?
I'm doing great. Calling from Burleson.
And who are we talking to? Is this Cody?
This is Cody.
Cody White. Hi, Cody White.
So, Cody, where are some places that you like to eat in the Johnson County area or just outside?
If we're talking Johnson County, anything in the Old Town, Burleson, is good. Spice Rack, Dalton's Corner has good steak and chicken fried steak. Mexican food-wise, would have to say either the toss-up between your Miranda's and Antonio's.
Now, what do you get at Miranda's?
I get the nachos or the fajitas.
I have heard their fajitas are fantastic. So, now you mentioned...
Miranda's is on our list.
Yes, so we're definitely...
Street tacos, too.
I'm writing this down.
So, in Old Town, you said Dalton's Corner. I've had their chicken fried steak, and I do have to say it's a pretty mean chicken fried steak. What was the other place that you had mentioned? Oh, Spice Rack. What do you get at Spice Rack?
Spice Rack. I get their hamburger. The hamburger.
Now, do you like the tall tables there, or do you like the short tables there?
Well, I like the tall tables because I'm kind of tall. My friend likes the short table because he's a midget, so it works perfect for him.
If you've ever sat in the short tables, it literally feels like you are having to reach up to eat your food because it's a tall table.
Yeah.
So
if we had to say restaurants in Fort Worth, I'm going to have to say Stockyard's best barbecue, hands down, is Risky's.
Yes, we've been to Risky's.
Now, in Johnson County, where would you say the best barbecue you've had? Because, like you're saying Old Town, and some of the brisket I've had at Hickory Tree is quite amazing, or Old Texas Brewing Company.
Best barbecue would have to be Old Texas Brewing Company for me. The ribs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I've had the ribs. Yeah, I had food all
or
over my
Roscoe's.
face. Roscoe's is good.
Hey, do you like... I'm a big fan of their sweet potato fries.
Yeah, I don't like that.
You don't like sweet potato fries?
That's not American.
Now, okay, so at Spice Rack, did you try the squash French fries?
No, that I don't like that either.
See, I'm with.
No, I did have the fried pickles. Those are good.
Yes.
There's
yes,
something
the fried
fabulous they do about those. Okay, so where would you say the best hamburger you've had that somebody in Johnson County or Fort Worth can go? Where's the best hamburger, hands down?
Oh, hands down, best hamburger would have to be. Oh, that's hard.
Are you a Whataburger guy?
Not Whataburger.
But I mean, if you're gonna go for fast food and you're gonna go for a burger, are you a Whataburger? Are you a McDonald's? Are you a...
Dairy Queen?
Dairy Queen's got good burgers.
Bringing it back.
I'm just thinking drive-through. I don't want to get up and put clothes on. I don't want to wear a bra.
Now, best Mexican food drive-through place, fast food in Burleson is Fast Taco.
Yes, agree.
So we put a call into them to see if they would be willing to come on the show. So Cody, you were hitting everything tuned in there right. So Cody, do you live in Johnson County? Do you work in Johnson County?
He lives in Burleson.
Burleson. I grew up in Burleson.
Which high school did you go to? Big High School or Centennial High School?
Well, I'm 31, so they only had the one high school.
Yep. All right. Well, sweet, man.
Yeah.
Any place you think any place you think we need to go? So we've written down a few of you that you mentioned. Any place?
Well, I think that I've been hearing a lot of good things about the pizza, the new pizza, Moon Tower Pizza,
Yes.
or the Rombo Mexican place.
Rio Mambo.
Rio Mambo.
Yes, Amber,
the owner of Moon Tower,
I've yet to
try Frisco's yet.
You haven't tried Fresco's? Go to Fresco's.
I have not.
Get the table
I
size
haven't tried
guacamole.
Are you a guacamole or is that un-American?
No, that's American. Now, being a Cowboys fan, that's un-American.
Well, you're also talking to a blind guy that doesn't watch sports, so he would have to agree
Oh,
with you.
I like his hair. I wish mine would do that. That's nice.
Well, thank you. Well, tell me. So real quick, if you go to Moon Tower, first of all, their pizza crust is different than anyone else's pizza crust. You got to try it because it's just outstanding. But their hamburgers, like, okay, it's a pizza joint, but their hamburgers are really good. I know that sounds strange to tell you to go to a pizza place
Their
for a hamburger.
escargot are very good.
Now, how do you feel about that, Cody? Snails?
Snails are good.
Yes, they're very good.
Wow, you went from you don't like sweet potato fries, but you'll have snails.
Or
Slippery
fried
little
oysters
suckers.
and raw.
To quote one of my favorite movies.
Well, y'all have a wonderful show, guys.
Thank you for tuning in.
For
Yep.
calling. Maybe we'll have you
Yep.
take you out to eat sometime, and you can come on this show live in person and talk about where we ate.
Yeah, we would love
Okay,
for you.
that'd be awesome.
Hey, one more place I want to throw at you. If you're in Cleburne, since you live in Burleson, not too far, Burger Bar.
Oh yeah, Burger Bar. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that's good. They're real good.
All right, well, Cody, thanks for Skyping
Yep.
in.
My first Skype call.
And you did it very well. That was very cool. I liked definitely some character there. Definitely some character there. So we were talking about like Happy Joe. Happy Joe used to work at Ponchos. Now there's not a Ponchos. Don't get excited. They're not coming here. Was telling a story a long time ago when Rio Mambo came in about how Ponchos was mediocre food, but there was great service, but you could tell that Happy Joe loved what he did. And that was something that with Rio Mambo could definitely tell they love what they do, that they really took the time to put everything together. If you've not gone and liked Rio Mambo, they've got Thirsty Thursdays. So check that out. If you are a person that you like happy hour drinks, their Thirsty Thursdays, I hear, are quite swell.
So we teased in our opening where you want to eat with Chad and Jennifer Duncan. What makes it a great dining experience? AKA, we had a terrible experience on Saturday night. We had date night.
Okay, so there's a place that we are grooming to come on. We went there and had
great food. I mean, when we bring this place in, I don't know if it reflects in our shows or not of how much we really care and we enjoy these places. This place, y'all, we got this from Kat Foster. Okay, so shout out to her. She's the one that pointed us to it. But we went to this one place and it was fantastic. And Jennifer said, I want to go there. And I said, Jennifer, we can take some of our family or friends there. Let's go try this other place. You know, because people...
Oh, sure. Let's try someplace new. It'll be fun, he said.
Yes. Okay. So that day, now let's back up just a little bit in case some of you are on whereyouwantoeat.com. We checked in 2 places that day, and we are not speaking about those 2 places. One, we went to, is it Lindy's?
Lindy's Bakery.
Yes. So...
And then Heroes Cafe.
Yeah, so like both of those.
We also went to Mojo's that day too.
It was a busy day for us, so we were doing some research. Okay, so all of those places, they are not what we're talking about. Okay,
the bad experience did not get a check-in, and there were no pictures shared of the nasty food.
Absolutely. Okay, so y'all, please, rumor mill, no, it was none of those places.
And we will not be saying the name of where we're talking about because we are good people. We like to have fun. I will be reviewing them on Yelp separately.
So, from we pull up, we have to drive. Now, first of all, Jennifer had to get ready.
Well, because when I read the reviews on Yelp, it said that it was stylish attire.
So we both had to put on nice clothes. So
I put Spanx on and a dress and makeup.
So, ladies, if you're out there and you know what, gentlemen, we have to appreciate what they do for us. She's looking fantastic, feeling slightly uncomfortable because you're wearing those Spanx. It's like a wetsuit, only...
It holds you in
yes.
so that you can look all nice and pretty and have a waist.
So, we get to the restaurant, and we drive a long way out. We live in the Burlestinian area, so we drive all the way to quite a ways to get out there. And when we walk in the door, what are we greeted by?
A sign that has the specials on it and another big sign that says, please wait to be seated, and that was it.
So from looking at the specials, we're like, all right. We kind of like to see what specials might we go for. And there wasn't anything that was like, oh, wow. It was like, okay, it's good.
It was kind of eclectic.
And so we get in and... There are 12 tables, and 6 of them are filled. 1 server, okay? Don't know what the appropriate...
Well, first of all, we weren't even greeted. We stood there for a good 3 minutes before anyone acknowledged us and said, oh, sit anywhere.
What I liked about that 3 minutes is I got to spend it with my sweetheart. So the 3 minutes seemed like it just passed in seconds.
It drug on and on because I was hungry.
Okay. Well, I enjoyed the time I was spending with you, so it was quality.
So when we finally sat down, everything was kind of just drab.
And when she's talking about this, if you're talking about a fine dining where you're having to dress up, the utensils, we're talking a great dining experience, and the utensils, who's got nice utensils?
The Burleson Brunch House. Oh yeah, they went all out. Their utensils are nice and heavy and pretty.
They feel really like when it just feels good in your hand. It felt like we were eating off of Walmart utensils, which we can do at home.
Dollar Tree.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Oh, she went there.
I did.
Wow.
And I got nothing against the Dollar Tree. I go there all the time.
But if you're going to a fine dining experience, you're wanting something with some quality.
You want the quality. You want them to bring it.
So did they tell us what the specials were?
No.
So we're looking over there. We're looking at some of the different food items. And what we like to do, because we're trying to give y'all a different experience and not just try one thing, we were thinking of getting some appetizers and a salad. And Jennifer, there was an interesting salad Jennifer wanted to try. But it was like,
$13.95, I think.
Yeah, I mean,
the salad I really wanted to try was $17.95. I'm not paying that for a salad.
That's a starter salad. I mean, I want some escargot in that salad. I mean, Okay, so but then she wanted to add something else, and it was going to be 22 some odd bucks, and I'm like, okay, baby. So I said, so we're going to pay upwards of $100 for this meal? She was like, maybe. So then by the time, okay, it took a while because once we ordered our drinks.
And once I got to looking around for a restaurant with 12 tables, 6 of which were full. We were the youngest people there, besides the waitress. There was only one waitress. So you think she would be, working hard, hoofing it? Mm-mm.
And, servers, you know what? We all have bad days. And servers have bad days. We've all gone someplace where the server, you can tell, they're having... There was no hurry. There was no hustle.
The tea was good.
Okay.
The tea was good. I could not see through the tea. Even though it was dark in there, the tea was good. I couldn't see through it.
So.
And I judge tea. If I can see through my tea, I'm like, no, I don't want colored water. I want tea.
So, as Jennifer is admiring her tea, I reach down to touch on the Pear Bear to make sure he's doing all right and, that he's not doing anything. And the ground...
hold on one second. Craig said it's not the utensils you need to worry about. It's the food. Oh, we're getting there.
We're getting there. We're
talking about the entire experience,
yeah,
from walking in to leaving the restaurant, the whole dining experience.
Absolutely. So
we're foodies.
We're gonna get there.
We look at the utensils.
We're getting there. If you go to who is the gentleman? What first name?
Cody. Oh no, Craig.
Craig.
I'm gonna butcher your last name, so I'm not gonna say it.
So Craig, stick with us, man. Listen, you go to Burleson Brunch House, I'm going to tell you, they're going to have some of the manliest hamburgers you're going to have out there with some amazing fries. And when you are touching the utensils, I dare you, you call in next time and tell me I'm not wrong. Like when you're touching the utensils there.
But along the same lines, you go somewhere like Del Norte, you've got plastic utensils. But that's what that food lends itself to, because you're eating nachos and that kind of thing.
This is a fine dining place.
Yes, that's how it was worded on Yelp when I looked it up. So
we're with you.
We're talking.
We're with you. So
the whole experience.
So stick with us. So I reach on the floor to touch my dog, make sure everything's okay, and the floor's dirty. And I'm like, wow.
They'd only been open about 15 minutes because we got there early.
So it was kind of like, and we've been places that when they open up, there's already a line. And so and trust me, I'm thinking of that fancy place out in Boyd.
Go Gumbo?
I don't think that their utensils were anything, but they don't also say, hey, we're a fine dining establishment.
Right. We're that fancy place in Boyd.
Right.
We serve fancy food.
So as Jennifer gets her salad, you like the salad?
The salad, I got excited because it was presented well. It tasted good. It had really good flavors, and it all went downhill from there. The tea was good.
So tea
was good.
Jennifer got the filet mignon. Now, the reason why she did that is we're trying to compare apples to apples. Craig, the place we're going to have on in a few weeks or within the next month, we hope.
He said, okay, sorry. Oh, boy, y'all are scaring me.
Stick with us. All right, so we're comparing filet mignon. Now, we know that that's pricey, okay? But that's supposed to be like the best cut of beef. And, And
it's got bacon.
Right.
Bacon.
So, Jennifer, describe your filet mignon.
So, when I ordered it, I said medium well, more on the well side. I don't like bloody meat. That's just me. I know we're in Texas and everybody, wipe its butt and slap it on a plate if you're quoting the cowboy way.
Knock its horns off, wipe its dirty butt, and put them on a plate.
Yeah. Sorry, my glucose alarm is going off. So we get our food.
And the bacon wasn't even crispy on the outside.
The bacon was rubbery. I cut it. I take the first bite of my steak, and it was good. It was good. As I cut into the meat, it is raw in the middle.
So
presentation, I had 5 baby carrots on my plate. Chad had 4. I had a potato with cheese in the middle, and then asparagus with a little bit of sauce in the middle. Chad had mashed potatoes and the asparagus, which he doesn't eat asparagus, but he was hungry, so he ate it. And it was just bland.
Now, the place we're going to have on in a few weeks, okay, fellas, if you eat asparagus, I can't stand it. I still, with my therapist, I'm not able to go in a room with most asparagus because I just haven't worked to that point. I've been able to actually say the word asparagus without not, falling into, crazy fits. But the asparagus at the place we're going to have in was fantastic. It was fried. It was great. Now, at this place for our dining experience, y'all, it had no flavor. So the normal thing of asparagus is the smell that just whaps you in the head, and there's just some different experiences when you have asparagus. It had no flavor. And so I'm kind of like, I know how expensive this meal is, so I'm going to eat it. I take a bite of the tilapia, and I was really underwhelmed. It was sad.
So you can be underwhelmed and you can be overwhelmed, but can you just be whelmed?
Whew,
Do you know what movie I quoted there?
Legally Blonde?
No.
Oh. What is it?
10 Things I Hate About You.
Oh. Do you hate that about me?
No.
Okay.
No.
So, Jennifer, here's something that I want to point out. We've gone to, just list off some of the different places we've been to. The Catch,
Rio Mambo, Leach Brothers, the Burleson Brunch House, R&K Cafe in Cleburne and Grandview, Taqueria Torres.
Keep going.
Aladdin Cafe, Nikki D's, Burger Bar, Prickly Pear, Spice Rack, Pandan, Thai Street Eats, Busy Bees, Sammy's, Ardelia's Zucchini Bread, The Hickory Tree, Mojo's, Old Texas, Moon Tower, Moretti's, The Port, Del Norte, Loaf and Dog, Sushi Axiom last week with Amethyst, Heroes.
Have I ever said, can I have some salt?
No, no.
So the potatoes had no flavor. And I'm thinking, okay, maybe it just needs a little something. And
It's like I couldn't put enough salt on them for him.
So you can go to all those places we just listed, and you don't need to add something to it because the chefs have taken such care and such thought.
Well, I do dip my fries in ketchup, but I can drink ketchup.
You're weird.
I know.
So, but I just want y'all to realize if we're pointing out like, okay, y'all, they even the utensils were bad.
So we're saying I said my steak was raw. So usually at some point you have some engagement. Your waitress comes back by and says, "Hey, how is everything?
How's your food?
Did everything come out all right?" At that point, I would have been like, "The steak I can't eat it. It's raw in the middle." Never saw our waitress again until the end when she came and said, "Oh, I guess you don't want dessert. Do you want a box? One box or two? Can I put it all in one box?" The tea was good. It would have been nice to have a refill. And, here's your bill.
So, y'all, it was not until we were about halfway home, and we're kind of going, okay, we've been some places, and this is where I'm asking for some engagement. Craig, Cody, anyone else that's listening, and even if you're tuning into the show at a later time, if you have a bad experience, how can somebody win you back? Okay, we went one place and I was underwhelmed, but it was their first few weeks open. Okay, still working out some processes, still trying. Hey, that's why we had the soft opening at the Rim.
Yeah,
but it was fantastic there. So for them, soft opening. Hey, it was humming along. But, hey, you can kind of expect while a business is first starting to open in that.
And this place is not, that we're talking about, has not been open a little bit. Yeah. They've been there a while. I don't know how.
And so it was, as we're trying to go, okay, how would I describe this food and why would I go back? I would describe this food for somebody that is on a bland, low salt, I can't have salt. I can't chew like
The doctor said I can't have this.
I sound like my dad. No, like when people are having to go get the senior plate special and like low sugar, low salt, no fun, low fat, no fat.
Wait, hold on. We've got a question. I think someone just tuned in. Paul, you're asking what place? Because we only like to really point out the really great restaurants and tell you where you want to eat. We are not going to say the name of the place, just because we want to be. We don't. I am going to review them on Yelp and give an honest review. So I know it's not fair. We're talking really bad about this place, but I'm just.
It's not.
I don't want to.
Here's.
And all of the opinions tonight are ours. It's not the opinions of JoCo Community Radio or the sponsors.
So here's the deal, though. How could they have won us back? Okay, because we've been places where it just didn't win us. So what could have engaged us to get us to go back? To go back
to this place?
Yes.
If the waitress would have came back and said, "How is everything? How did the food come out?" And I could have said, "Well, I could have had the opportunity." The thought did cross my mind to stand up, take my plate to the kitchen, and say, "Cook this." There was no manager walking around asking how everyone was doing, how the meal, how is everything.
You know, that's something that we got at the Prickly Pear. You remember that?
Yes, the owners came around, talked to people.
It was really cool.
Eunice does that at Aladdin Cafe. He'll come out and talk.
And even
to people, not just us.
Even Nikki D's, people go around and they check and make sure everything's right.
Everywhere we go, I can't think of anywhere.
Old Texas Brewing Company, they definitely come by several different times.
The ladies at Leach Brothers, when it was our first time there, we were like, "Oh my gosh, everything looks so good. What do you recommend?" And they were giving us their honest opinion because they had tried everything.
So part of what we wanted to do with this show tonight is not just, I mean, yeah, what made things stand out is, you know what, when there's one giant weed sticking out of a beautifully manicured lawn, how do you not comment on that one weed? So
and we have been to some places that we went back and gave them a second and a third chance, and we haven't been back. That third chance, they didn't redeem themselves.
We tried. But this place was pricey. This place was underwhelming. And, I mean, here's what we want you to know. Paul and Craig.
Paul happens to be Amethyst's future father-in-law.
Oh. So, Paul, let me say this. We want to give everybody a chance. We want to do this. So when we do have somebody on, they have really earned our respect because they have delivered positively. You ask Amethyst, our chef Fong did so cool, man. He was just, and the food was awesome. So anytime we go somewhere and we have some folks on, we've been really lucky. We've had some great owners come on.
And if we go back to places we really like, because I sort of went to the Burleson Brunch House on Friday, Sunday, and Monday. I have 4 days off.
And Jennifer likes to check in places. So if you're at whereyouwantoeat.com, you can check out, like Jennifer will jump in at Mojo's, and we've been to Mojo's several different times. We've been to Pandan several times. We've been to Busy Bee Bakery, Nikki D's.
Shout out.
And our daily zucchini bread. Jennifer's always going there and grabbing stuff. So Moretti's. Whether we're checking in there, or we go to City Market. By the way, if they're ever closed, if Moretti's gourmet popcorn and what's the whole title? Gourmet popcorn, and they have some other things. They have the oils and the vinegar, but they've got some their pralines.
Yeah.
But if they're closed, you can go to City Market and pick up their popcorn there.
The little small little mini bags for like $2.99, $3.99 depending.
But when you're needing your Moretti's fix, so y'all, we don't get paid to go out. We've got to spend our money, and the places we're pointing out, they don't pay us, so they don't give us free stuff when we go back.
Well, that we have been offered, and I'm not going to say no, but that's not why we're going back.
We've gotten free stuff?
Yeah.
Maybe I didn't get it.
Karen gave me a happiness.
Oh,
She's
okay.
given me a kolache to try.
I know, but she's not. Yes, and that's totally sweet. But you know what? She would do that for other customers.
Yes.
That's just her heart.
Well, I don't go back to be like, oh, hey, I want something.
She doesn't walk in and say, "Can I get a happiness?" and that's it.
Renee and Nori have had us try different dishes.
Ooh, and
the crepes. They brought us out some crepes. When Kelly and I were there on Friday, she brought us out the soup of the day, which was jalapeno mac and cheese soup.
So Paul,
she wanted us to try it.
When did you?
Paul used to own his own restaurant.
Oh, right on. So Paul, what would you do? And we'd love for you to call in. We had an example of, we were at a dining establishment, none that we've mentioned tonight, where out of nowhere, a cockroach climbed up from the menus and ran across the table. Now sit there for a moment, y'all. You have just eaten some of your food, and a cockroach has just run across your table. What, in your mind, how does an owner...
Hey, Shy from Paris, Texas.
How does an owner or a server at that point rehab that moment? Now, Jennifer, do you remember what the waitress said once you had pointed out that the...
Oh, we've been getting these bugs from outside all day long, these June bugs.
Do you know the difference between a June bug and a cockroach?
Yes.
We've had June bugs because Guinness has eaten plenty of them. We know the difference between a June bug and a cockroach. So here's what, Paul, if you don't call in, let me say this.
He typed a message. Service is key. Horrible experience from start to finish. I don't say nothing. I just don't go back. Word of mouth is the worst advertisement. Agree.
Yeah. So here's what we would have, I think would have helped out in that moment. Hey, we noticed today some bugs were coming in. It was actually a Sunday night. They could have said, we're really sorry about this. We're having pest control come in tomorrow while we're closed. Let me take care of that meal for you. And please come back again.
But instead, they brought us the check.
So, it's not, and you asked Jennifer. Jennifer is really hesitant. Okay, folks, we'll ask you this. Paul, anybody, Craig, Cody.
Amethyst is on.
When do you send food back? When do you say, or do you ever? Like Jennifer's real hesitant. If something's not right, but as raw as her filet mignon was, I mean, when the bacon was, and she's a bacon person. I mean, she's going to tear up the bacon.
Even when she took my plate to put it, she did put it in a to-go box after she said, do you want it together? No. I said, yeah, I just put everything except the bacon. At that point, I would have said, well, is there something wrong with the bacon? At which point, I would have responded, yes, it was raw. There was no engagement. And I don't like conflict. I don't like confrontation. So I just took it home and threw it in the trash.
Amethyst, when do you send something back? And do you ever feel comfortable having the food when it's sent back?
Amethyst said that I've quit working at places because of the kitchen's cleanliness. I didn't want to be associated with that. I take pride in my service. That's the kind of server we like. Thank you.
Amethyst, you're an engaging person. I do not, and it could be that whole restaurant, maybe something terrible had happened. And I don't know, but there was no, it was just underwhelming. So, we're not going to have that place on. We're going to have some really great places coming on in the future.
If we can get them to call us back.
But just like with Amethyst, we took
Amethyst out and tried a new place, and I think we had a good time. We had a fun show.
There's going to be a really great place that we're gonna talk about in the future. The place we're talking about, where I actually ate a whole stalk of asparagus, and I liked it.
You mean to just say its name?
No. Okay. We want them. We want them to come in. We're gonna. So, some of the different places that have won us over in other things that could have engaged us. So, Eunice is one place. So, if you go to Aladdin Cafe, you don't know what you want. It's a Mediterranean food. So, as Cody was kind of like, hey, I'm not going to have sweet potato French fries. He might be someone that when he goes to Aladdin Cafe, he doesn't know what to order. And I encourage y'all to engage the folks out there because Eunice, he's the chef.
He will come out and walk you through the menu, find out what do you like, and point you in the right direction.
Are you a sweet person? Do you like sour flavors? Do you like different textures? What kind of foods do you like? And then that way he can base things on. So like if you like those Pop-Tarty kind of, not Pop-Tarts, what are those?
Turnovers?
Yeah, turnovers. So
you're talking about the spanakopita, the phyllo stuffed with feta and spinach.
So he would describe a turnover to you. Say, do you like the texture of the turnover? Okay. Do you like feta cheese? You like spinach? Yes. Okay. Let me take care of you. And he would bring you spanakopita. So there's just so many neat places out here.
And didn't he even say, or did I dream this? If you order something and it's not to your liking, he'll make you something else.
Yeah.
There's been several places that have been like that. If you order it and it's not your thing, let me make you something else. He wants you to have a good, great dining experience.
So when we go into the different places,
same thing at Pandan. Pook was the same way. She steers you in the direction based on what do you like. Do you like spicy? Do you like milky? Do you like rice? And
Pook did a great job of talking me into getting the green curry.
Mm-hmm.
And I really liked it. Now, I couldn't tell you the difference between the other than one's one color, one's another, but she described it in beautiful terms. I think the menu also describes a little bit of it.
Yeah.
But I took her suggestion, and I really liked the green curry, and it wasn't too hot. It was tasty, but not spicy hot. So there's a couple of different places that are doing some really great things out there that we want to point y'all towards. So yes, we talk bad about that experience, but it just really...
The tea was good. Wish I could have had a refill.
we really...
Don't get on my bad side. Right?
Absolutely. It was an opportunity that they could have really won it back, but it got dropped, but it really brought out for us. And so when Jennifer and I were talking about what we wanted to do for this show, we said, we've had so many great experiences. We need to be honest with folks. Hey, we get out there, we spend our money. We just like you, we want to point you to places that are doing great food. We don't get to eat for free. So if we're recommending a place, we've been there, we spent our money. When we go back, we're spending our money. So, yeah, I mean...
And no, I do not have a problem with every other charge on our credit card is to the Burleson Brunch House. Kelly, the other day I called her and said, hey, you want to go to the brunch house? She's like, Jennifer, I think you have a problem. And I said, no, I don't. I'm hungry.
So, Jennifer, would you mind sharing what happened the other day and just how Burleson Brunch House won some more of your loyalty?
Oh, so yesterday, my friend Kelly and I went to the brunch house, and it was about 10:30ish. It was not, they weren't overly crowded. The lunch rush hadn't hit, and it was, of course, on Monday morning. And I ordered my steakhouse Benedict, which was amazing. I drank some really good tea. Drank a little too much tea. I'm not supposed to drink a lot of liquid with meals. And then Kelly had the pancakes as part of her meal. And she was like, there is something in these pancakes. I can't put my finger on it. They are so good. So I said, well, let me take a bite. So for those of you that don't know, I am a type 1 diabetic. I take insulin. Well, when I eat the Steakhouse Benedict, I don't necessarily have to have insulin because it's a whole lot of protein. So I had not taken my insulin. But I took a bite of Kelly's pancakes that were drenched in full sugar syrup. and they were really, really good. I think they tasted like they had like cake mixed with them. I had another bite. and I had to have another bite and just one more bite. Okay, I gotta stop. All of a sudden, my blood sugar went from 107 to 205 within 10 minutes. I started having a hot flash on top of that. Kelly thought I was gonna pass out. The waitresses brought me more napkins to dip in my water and make cold packs. They brought me ice. They cleared the table to make, because I thought I was going to have to lay my head down. They felt genuine concern for me, and they weren't like, we've got a bunch of people waiting. Can you leave? They let me sit there as long as I needed to until I recovered and knew that I needed to go home and lay down and get my sugar back down.
It was just good service, and it wasn't any reflection of the food. But, it's where you've got a great server. So, Jennifer, in one of the places, I'm hearing the Taco Joe in the background.
Yeah, he said Taco Tuesday. Any tacos? Do you have tacos?
Well, I hear Taco Joe here, but do you...
Do you have any tacos? I'm hungry.
So, Jennifer, what did you talk to me about with Taqueria Torres?
So even though we didn't get Taqueria Torres, the owners of the waitress in, we went Taco Joe's. I were rubbing his belly in the doorway. We took Taco Joe and his wife Angela to dinner. The first time we went there, we were with friends. Mm-hmm. We'd never been there. We walk in, a whole bunch of white people walking into a really authentic Mexican food restaurant. The waitress comes over. I can't remember her name. Do you remember her name? Anyway, she brings us our menu. She brings us our chips and dips, and then she sits down at the end of our table and answers every question we have about anything that's on the menu. She was very lively. She engaged. She said, "Oh, you don't like spicy? Don't get this." She had a thick accent. She she brought the food out. She sat back down and said, "Okay, how is it?" She made us feel like we were part of her family.
And she didn't sit down like we were asking so many questions like, all right, these people are way too into this. Like, you could just tell this was somebody that cared about the food. That's why we were like, we've got to take the Taco Joe there. So that's why we mentioned them again, as that was some good service that we had there.
Yeah.
We're going to have some places coming up in the future that we're really excited about, and we're also going to get some different folks. So please tell us, how do places win your business? What are some things that you look for? What are some places that you think that we need to check out? Now, we obviously went to Heroes Cafe. Obviously, we checked in there. We want to have them on. If you know them, we've got their card. We left our card for them. We'd love to have. It was a really neat experience. If you've not gone out there, go out there and talk to us. So you can chime in and say, "Heck yeah, we went there. It was a neat."
And if you've never been to Heroes Cafe, it's in the Wright Plaza in downtown Cleburne. Which Wright Plaza it's this big old, the older downtown type building. You walk in and they've got it divided up into these little cute little booths with little storefronts. And people sell little boutique stuff. There was a salon. There's a salon. There was an art gallery. And then Heroes is in the middle, kind of like the quote-unquote food court.
Yes.
And with the tables just kind of out in the open. So.
And I had the pappy.
If you get the panini, definitely add the pickles. They make it pop.
And that's what, that's another thing that won them. Even though we don't know if they're going to come on, we'd love for them to come on, is... as the lady was taking the order, the lady made recommendations like, "Oh yeah, if you're getting this, you got to do this." So it was just, I like it when we've got some good engaging servers. It was good food. We enjoyed it. It was really neat to go out there. Just kind of got an authentic experience. And you know what? Was it Paul or it was Craig? You know what? I don't know what the utensils were like. It didn't matter because we were paying attention to everything else.
Well, and the way when you walk up to the counter and order, and they do bring your food, but you're served. I was in a basket. Chad had his on a paper plate. We didn't need fine utensils. It's a little cafe diner type experience. plastic utensils was exactly
good enough for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not fancy folks. We're not looking for fanciness.
But when I walk in with the expectation of this is fine dining and stylish attire, I expect a little bit more than Dollar Tree silverware.
So check this out. So one of the places that I
don't mean to sound snobby. I don't mean it that way. But when you're paying the amount of money that we paid for that meal, you expect a little something special.
So something special that was definitely, even though I was expecting it to be expensive, is the catch.
Yeah.
I was expecting it to be expensive, and you know what? If you go there and get the grilled shrimp, y'all, they were so plump. They were so amazing. I mean, Jennifer and I, it was a great little date afternoon. We went there. We didn't know what to get, so we got the Admiral.
The Admiral's Feast, I think. It was a little bit of everything.
It was.
And it came with, one of the meats was the oysters. I personally don't like oysters. So I said, can I substitute? And they're like, yeah, you can get whatever you want.
And the waitresses had eaten some different food there. And one lady said, oh, have you had the gator? She says, once I've had gator. She said, I'd never had it till I got here, and I love it. So that's what we want to talk about. That's why we want to have different folks come in here. And we've been blessed to go out there. We are practically debt-free. We've done the Dave Ramsey thing. We're almost completely out of debt. We're 5 years away from it.
For the house, yeah.
Yeah. So
maybe less.
We're able to go out there and spend our money and try these different places and go back to these places and enjoy it. But we just wanted to kind of bring up, hey,
we don't always have great experiences.
And you know, we're not expecting perfect thing, but there was like one place that we really liked a lot, and all of a sudden the coffee started to lose its flavor.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And it just became hot. And Jennifer told me I was brown. Okay, but I didn't recognize it as coffee because it was like there wasn't anything there. And wow, I mean, we started noticing that the food just started to become blander and not as good. And it was like, oh man, I mean, it's nothing that we would send back, and we weren't expecting fancy. It just didn't have it. So like we were talking.
Did they get a new cook?
Yeah. And so like Jennifer and I immediately, I said, okay, when the coffee went bad, for my dad, he wants the coffee to be good. Okay. And so like Burleson Brunch House, Nori and Renee, hey, they spent a lot of time finding the right coffee and making sure that it's precise. And they post what kind they've got there, so they're proud of it too.
It's on the cup. Their cups are the brand of their coffee.
So
yeah.
We've had some really great experiences. We're going to continue to bring you some great shows coming up in the future. If you can, and I'm gonna take Cody's word. We have not gone to Dalton's Corner.
We've been there, but not since we've done the show.
You're right. We have been there. I forgot we went there.
Yeah, we went there with Mr. and Mrs. Isom.
So we'll definitely have to check them out. And I think I did have the chicken fried steak that night. So when he said that,
whatever I had was good. I don't remember what I had. It was several years ago.
At one point, they even had a breakfast.
Yeah.
There's one place that I want to have on, and you know what? I can't get the owner to call me back, so I may be getting some friends to go out, and we'll review that. But it's a great place that I thought was only open till about 3 o'clock. It turns out they're open till 7. So.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's lots of neat little places we're going to have on and talk about.
You can post in the comments if there's some place that we need to try, if there's some place that you'd like to go out with us. We'd love to meet new friends. We met Amethyst through Chad's Everybody Love Everybody, and we took her out to eat, and now we've got a new friend. So if there's some place that you'd like to go and you want us to go and talk about it on our show, you can post here. You can go to www.whereyouwantoeat.com, post a message there. You can email us, whereyouwantoeat@gmail.com. You can send a private message. Let us know. Tell us what you guys want to see. We started this as kind of just our self-care date night, and now it's let's get our audience involved. Tell us where you want us to go eat. Tell us where you want to go eat with us.
And it's really hard because we have not been back to the Aladdin Cafe in a long time, but it's because we're having to go out on the weekends spend our money and go to the places. And so I think that's why we almost kind of had a pity party tonight. We were like, wait a second, we could have gone some reliable place, or we really wanted to go to that one place we're going to have coming up.
The peach cobbler.
Oh, the
blackberry cobbler.
Blackberry cobbler.
You ate all of it before I got to have any more.
I did. She literally just dipped her spoon in it just to taste it. It was so good. So I think we're hitting it close to time. So we are going to say thank you for tuning in. Really, y'all, tell us where you want us to go. If there's a place we're missing and we're just missing the mark, tell us. We'll get out there. We'll try.
And keep in mind, we do still have a long list of places to try, but we can't eat a whole lot at one sitting. And we only have the weekends usually. So
that leaves that's why Saturday we hit 4 different places because a lot of places are closed on Sundays. So thank you. You've tuned in to Where You Want to Eat on JoCo Community Radio, brought to you by Family, Toyota of Burleson, and Sharp Window Tinting.
Nice tents.
We will see you next week, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Coming up next, we have the Taco Joe, who's into fitness.
Fitness taco in my mouth.
That's right. We'll talk to you next week.